Hey everybody, my name is Jennifer. This is Metatron speaking. Today I have the May energy forecast video for everybody. Um, this one is a little bit, it's a lot different than what I normally do. Well, I don't know about a lot, but so basically it's the same type of setup where I have oracle cards that have already been pulled. I have messages that I've already channeled for these oracle cards. What's different is that normally I receive these messages from Metatron. This time I have received these messages from multiple individuals that I've never channeled before. So I have messages from all four elementals, um, earth, air, water, fire. I have messages from the Dragon Collective, which I have channeled before, so I correct myself there, but I haven't channeled them in a while. I have messages from the Egyptian god Ra. I have messages from the Norse god Odin. Um, and there are others. I can't even keep them all straight because there's so many people that came forward for these messages for you. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna pull my notes up and get started for you. I didn't prep as much as I normally do, so I normally have all my cards in order and I actually don't, but I feel like we can do this anyways. So did the elementals first. So let me just show you these cards because these four actually go together. So let me kind of show them to you. Let me show them to you kind of separately and then together. So this is beneath the surface, beauty of age, the creation of light, and tea ceremony. So if you look at the, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna probably like get rid of my head a little bit, but if you look at all of these together, and let me check out my notes. Look at these all together. The cards are seasons. So starting from over here, we have winter, spring, summer, and fall. And here's the kind of message I was initially getting from these cards. I can't hold these all at once. Look, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Let me bring all my notes here. So it's the four seasons, but they're showing me this is not the four seasons one after another like you're used to, like linear time. This is the four seasons all at once, at all times. So at all times, things are dying. At all times, things are being birthed. At all times, things are growing. At all times, things are reaching their completion. So relate this to the inner workings of yourself, the inner workings of your soul. Parts of you are always dying. Parts of you are always being born. Parts of you are always growing. Parts of you are coming into their full glory. These cards are also representing water, earth, air, and oh, water, earth, I have this wrong, air, and fire. So these cards have like a lot of symbolism before I even channeled a message with them. So let me actually just show you the individual cards now with the messages that I channeled. So for beneath the surface, sorry, I'm going to cover my face. So the water elementals came forward for the message. They said, if your soul is an ocean, you look at the waves and you say, that is me. You try to act like a wave and think like a wave, but you are not a wave. Look beneath the surface. Look deeper. You are not just your surface appearance, your surface personality. You have an ocean in you. The depths are black and calm. There are whales and jellyfish, sharks and angelfish. There are worlds within worlds inside of you, infinite lifetimes and infinite shades of color to your soul. You are everything. You've been everything. Who would you like to be this time? You can have darkness without evil. You can have light without perfection. Swim in the depths of you and create who you would like to be this lifetime. All the choices are available to you. You are always everything, but here, incarnated, you may experience this lifetime through the lens you prefer, through the thoughts and personality you prefer to have. Let it change and evolve, and always keep you loving yourself. And always keep you loving yourself. Don't become bored with yourself. Allow yourself to transform. The next card, oops, almost skipped one. It's going to be the Beauty of Age. The Earth Elementals came forward for this one. They say it's time for new things to spring forth. It's time for surprise and joy and the excitement of something new. This month, we bring you the energy of newness and birth. What new part of yourself would you like to bring forward? Think of it and ask the fairies to birth it with you. Okay, for creation of light. On this one, it was fire elementals that came forward. They say, you need the energy of fire for passion. And you need passion to have the motivation for something to grow. Think of the underdeveloped parts of you. What fire could you bring to these areas of your life to bring them growth? The fire of taking action, of making a choice, the fire of doing. Find your passions, and that energy will propel your soul growth forward. I'm going to move this camera. I'm doing it. And that way, I have a little more room to hold this. Okay, so tea ceremony. Air elementals are the ones that came forward. They said, we weave satisfaction and harmony together for you, like a perfect cup of tea on a cold day. We bring you victory and completion during this month. There will be moments of triumph and graduation from that which has been worked for. There will be successes and peaceful moments. Next, so that was the four elementals that I talked to, which is wild. Next, the set of cards that I have, the messages are from the Dragon Collective. So this first card says research, but don't really pay attention to the words because that's not always what the message was on these ones. They said, do you see the bag of stars we are holding? I don't know if you can see this, but there is a bag of stars there. Do you see the bag of stars we are holding? We will find the right place to return each star to. Just as there have been many events that have displaced and damaged our cosmic alignment between the planets and stars, the dragons are the guardians of the cosmos. We will not rest until everything is repaired and returned as it should be. Every change in the cosmos affects you on Earth. It affects your body and your emotions and your consciousness levels at times. That's their message there. The next card, and these have various levels, various lengths of messages on them. So this one is emergence. They say an emergence of energies in May will be bringing light to many truths that have been lying dormant for most of humanity. These dormant truths must be awakened and brought forward to slowly reintegrate themselves back into humanity where they belong. Awareness of these truths will lay the foundation for future lightworkers. The hard work comes now. The sweat and toil and difficulty of introducing these truths to humanity comes now. Cosmic wisdom is one of the truths being reintroduced to humanity this month. It is the wisdom of darkness and light, that both must exist or nothing can be. They do not exist separate of each other. They always exist together. They must both exist within you, within the world, within the universe. The time to accept and embrace all of yourself is now. The truth about the galactic origins of life and our star families will become more prominent this month. More and more people are remembering their galactic homes and galactic families. Now is the time to start making connections with the many star beings who support and love humanity. And just as a side note for people who are interested in making connections with their star families, um, if you want to make a connection with the Arcturians, with the Pleiadians, or with Commander Ashtar and the Galactic Federation of Light, we have 3 separate activations on my website. And so I'll put that name in the description in case you're interested in those. Last card for the Dragon Collective, Discipline. Those who are disciplined in their care regimen will navigate difficult waters with more ease than others. Those who regularly meditate, rest, do yoga, write, or do other activities to reconnect back with themselves will traverse difficulties with greater ease than those who do not invest into their own well-being. It is never too late to start investing compassion and care into yourself. So for the next set of cards, I channeled the Egyptian god Ra. I'm going to create a separate video because I had a little sidebar conversation with Ra, and I had the same with um, Odin, a Norse god. So I'm going to make those into a separate video so it doesn't get too sidetracked here. But let me just get into the part where he's actually giving me messages. Okay, so there are 3 cards that he gave me messages on. My beautiful dragon cards, my beautiful shiny dragon cards. Okay. It says legacy, persistence. Sorry about the shine. Ra says, persist now in what you know. Sorry, he's here. He's got a lot of energy. Persist now in what you know to be true. Persist in the worthwhile things. Persist in loving. Persist in creating. Persist in loving and creating yourself. It's time to open your eyes now and really see what you have believed about yourself for so long. Is any of it really true? Is it possible that you've heard lies so frequently about yourself that you started to believe them? have two cats here with me today. My one that I normally never let in here is here, and I'm hoping he doesn't scream. But if you hear a screaming cat, it's my cat I normally don't let in here. So this next card from Ra is Rebirth, giving yourself a second chance. So Ra says, let this be your rebirth. Let this be your second chance. You can start over anytime you want to. You can forgive yourself. You can finally let this go. You don't need to hold on to it any longer. Let go of the old ideas of yourself. Let go of the guilt and the self-hatred. The truth of who you are is much more vast and complex than any one choice you've ever made or one lifetime that you've ever lived. This card is the last one from Ra. It says returning, going with the flow. Returning is the word he wanted to use for this message. He says, return to yourself now. Just as rivers find their way back to the whole of the ocean, so too will your soul find its way back to the wholeness of the collective. You feel like you don't belong anywhere, but you truly belong everywhere. You can't remember this now, but you are everything. And everything is you. And we long to be together again. Return to this knowing that you are everything, that you belong everywhere. Embrace the vastness of the whole, dark and light, masculine and feminine, separate, yet always together. You are both. You always will be both. When these opposing energies are in balance, it is harmonious, equal yet opposite forces, resulting in stability. So the next set of messages is from Norse God Odin. And again, I'll have a separate video that talks about my side conversation with him, just so I don't get too off track with this video. It'll be the video I release after this one. So let's see. So his cards. So Odin, he was speaking in rhyme. He was speaking in rhyme to me. And these cards are afterlife and rebirth. He was speaking in rhyme to me, and it was a little don't want to make him mad, but I would describe it as being a little clunky, a little awkward. The rhyming scheme it doesn't flow like the way let me hold these with these maybe. It doesn't flow the way Merlin's cute little rhymes do. So bear with me here, okay? I'm gonna try to make this flow. Okay. So Odin says, you must undergo a death and rebirth to access your natural powers. Like a phoenix rising from the earth. Okay, I'm going to mess this up. Okay, let's try this again. You must undergo a death and rebirth to access your natural powers. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes of your pulled down towers. Oh my gosh, that's my cat. Sorry. Baby, can you sit down? Can you sit down? Let me see. This is the cat that I never let in here because he's deaf and he gets crazy. He looks like he's young, but he's like 13. He's an old baby. Okay, let me keep going with this, and hopefully he will chill out and lay down for a second. Okay, so he has one more This is just going to be a wild video. I have a cat who just, okay, he's in my lap. All right, we're good. Whew. He has one more stanza he wants to give us on these. Death can be slow and long, especially when one fights to stay alive. But you will find where you belong when you stop only living to survive. Be born as someone new. Be born as someone real. Let go of what you thought you knew and focus on what you feel. Let's see if I can show you these cards. So these two go together. We have being bound and trust. And I'll try to kind of put them over here. He says, tied to your belief that others can lead the way, they lie through their teeth and take you further astray. Bound up in institutions, promising to do what's right, but their authority is an illusion, and money snuffs out the light. This poetry is probably, I might need to write it down for you guys in the description so you can look at it again. I was going to kind of give my interpretation of it to you, but I feel like different people are going to see different things in it, so I'm just going to leave it as is and let you all interpret it for yourself. So this last card from Odin is Awakening. He says, it's a time for fire. It's a time to burn. Let the chains fall away and let the mind relearn. Embrace your destruction. It's the ego's demise. You cannot know freedom while clinging to lies. So a lot of messages about, I mean, almost like that death and rebirth card that we started off with. It's kind of a theme throughout, and even before Odin, even when we were talking about the seasons, about how, you know, part of you is always dying, part of you is always growing. There's a lot of contradictory energies in the month of May. So I do have another set of cards for you. So I was asking who I was going to be channeling for this next set of cards, and I saw a Elven female come forward. It's the race that I normally see, that I know I've been a part of several times, where they have like the long, straight platinum hair, and they wear like dark green. So she came forward. I got her name, which doesn't always happen. Her name is A Aliel. 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 Yes, that's how you say it. Aliel. And I was told that she's currently incarnated on Gana as this elven being, and that's who I'm channeling. So here are her set of cards, and I guess she didn't want to feel left out, and so we continued with the poetry thing. Here's the first card. I might have to hold them on this side. Yeah. Oh, but I have to hold the right side out too. So this says the fairy taleist. All these cards have like IST at the end, so this is the fairy taleist, which doesn't really make sense, but go with it. So she says, don't look to the history written for class. Look to fantasy and myth to see your true past. This is the alchemist. Transform everything is what you should do. Change the world, but start with you. The shadow. There is no wrong or right, only darkness and light. In the darkness, we see just how beautiful light can be. In the depths, we explore what darkness is for. In ignorance, we hide from our darker side. That which is ignored is left to grow. You cannot master what you do not know. And this is the Moon Dancer, and she says, dragons surround your world. They cradle it in their claws. They are protectors and destroyers, heroes and outlaws. The sovereign, queen of yourself. Don't give your power away. You choose what you want, and they choose whether to stay. I'm going to say this one more time because it came across very much like a real specific message for certain individuals. Queen of yourself, don't give your power away. You choose what you want. They can choose whether to stay. Same thing on this card where it came across like a very specific message for certain individuals. So this is the Watcher. Observe the behavior of others. What do their actions say? Pretty words can be deceiving and can lead hearts astray. Do it one more time. Observe the behavior of others. What do their actions say? Pretty words can be deceiving and can lead hearts astray. So those are all of my channeled messages. I still have other cards I want to show you. Should I do these ones first? Okay. I think Metatron's going to help me pull some of these. How many do you want? 2? Just 2. Okay. It's my Thera-Pets. It's my giant deck. Let's see what he can... Okay, do you want one of these? This one? This one? This one? Okay, let me pull out a second one and then we'll do this. That's so funny. Okay. This one? Okay. All right. Let's see what I didn't even read them. I'm just gonna... It's okay to be afraid, but as much as you can, please try to act from love rather than from fear. It's okay to be afraid, but as much as you can, please try to act from love rather than fear. I'm not even going to give an extra message on this. That is sufficient for whoever needs this one. It's okay to be afraid. Act from love and not fear. And here's the other card he gave. And the cat is moving again. And this one says, it's okay to struggle. You are doing better than you feel like you are. I feel like this could be applicable to so many of us, especially since a lot of us are kind of judgmental and harsh towards ourselves, critical towards ourselves. And so we always want to be doing perfect or we feel like it's not good enough. And so this is nice to say, hey, struggling is fine. Things are going better than you think they are. So this is a good message. I have 5 crystals for the month of May that Metatron has pulled. I also have a cat here who will not, baby, just lay down. There you go. He's just wants to wiggle all over. Okay. Let me show you some of these cards. So he's bringing in selenite for this month. And it says clear the clutter on the card, but What I really feel like he's talking about is almost like a spring cleaning energy, like a this is a piece of selenite, by the way. I'm going to show you just two random examples. Nice, clear, big, fat one that you can like lay stones on to clear them. My other examples, the more common one you see will be sticks like this, but normally they're just white because that's how selenite comes. These ones have been dyed rainbow colors, and yay, rainbow colors. So, of course, I own these. Um, but I feel like Metatron for selenite is trying to tell us more along the lines of clear out the bad energy. I feel like he's referencing almost like protection, like demonic protection measures, because one of the ways you can clear the negative or low vibrational energy off of crystals is by placing it onto selenite. Selenite is the only crystal that does not need to be cleared. It clears itself. It doesn't collect energies like that. But every other crystal you can place on here. There are other ways to clear them, but this is just one way you can do it. But I just feel like he's trying to tell us this about our lives, like to put ourselves on a piece of selenite to go get healing or severed ties from toxic people or do whatever it is you need to do. Go take a walk, go do something, go do lots of things to clear the low vibrational energy off of you. That's the message I'm feeling from him. So here's the next crystal. And this is a horrible example, by the way. This picture is horrible. It's golden healer quartz. The message on here says open the door. I don't think we're going with that message. So golden healer quartz is really, this is my only example, sorry. I wish I had more because it really is cool, but it's basically clear quartz that has, I believe it's hematite inclusions that give it that like golden color. Could be wrong. I think it's hematite. Um, but golden healer quartz, this is a I want to call it a master healer. I guess basically any quartz is a master healer because quartz is master healer. This is a great stone for your solar plexus, for your willpower, for your having courage. Um, with all the ups and downs and the changes that are being referenced in this energy update, because it feels like, oh yeah, we're gonna have all this great stuff happen, but it's also gonna be winter, and there's also gonna be death. So I just feel like this is gonna be, we're gonna experience all the highs and lows of life in this month, and having something that would heal our solar plexus while we go through this feels really like a comforting stone to me right now. Some of the other three stones he brought in, I almost feel like they tie in together. Um, he started getting real magical with the energy. So I'm going to ignore what it says down here. I'm just going to show you that amethyst is one of the five cards that he's referencing. I have this like ridiculously massive example. Um, again, whenever you have something on a matrix, it's more powerful. So it's good to get a geode whenever you can. Um, when he's showing this to me, though, the energy of showing me amethyst, I'm specifically picking up magic vibes from this, like magic spells, like manifesting, like witchy things, wizardy things. Like that is the energy that I'm picking up off of him showing me the stone this month. And then there are two other stones that he shows me with it that I don't know. I don't know. Oh, let me show you. Let me show you. The other one. So we have Lemurian quartz. This is probably my favorite stone ever, probably. If I had to really nail it down, Lemurian quartz would probably be it. We're going to ignore the words because that's not what he wants. This is my example. I have like a million billion of these. Basically, it's a quartz point that has alternating patterns on it. So it'll go from having lines on it to being clear to having lines on it. I know it's hard to see. to being clear, and that is the proper way that a Lemurian quartz should be. Um, these are very magical stones, so I don't know all the legend, lore, and myth behind this, but what Metatron has made clear to me is that there is some type of knowledge, wisdom. There's something about these stones where they were coded with information, and there will come a time when that information is released to us. And I don't know if that means it'll just be released into collective consciousness and we'll all suddenly become aware of it, or if only the people who are like holding the Lemurian quartzes will get the information. Um, he just said, yeah, good thing I have so many of them. um, so I don't know how that's going to go down. I don't know if that's going to go down in our lifetimes, but these are stones that originated on the planet of Gana, the Blueprinter planet. These are stones that the reason they're called Lemurian quartz is because they were part of Lemuria. So they were a transplant from Gana to Lemuria, and then also, of course, to Earth because we have them here. So these are a magic stone. These are stones that you use for um, manifesting crystal grids, um, sending sending messages to the divine, as like a channeling stone. So amethyst plus that, I'm getting a lot of magic vibes. The other crystal he gave me, he's given us this before, the black kyanite. My black kyanite has been, of course, dipped in titanium to make it all rainbow and blue and shiny. Um, this is a good protective stone. So the fact that we're doing selenite and we're doing kyanite, this is telling me, all right, for the dark energies of the month, let's use some protection. For the golden healer, it's like, here's, let's heal you because things are going to be rough. Let's use something to heal you up this month. And then for the positive side of things, it feels like the amethyst and the Lemurian quartz is telling us, go create, go wish, go make, go go play with the divine. So it's literally a balance of energies, which is what we're going to need because I feel like this month is going to be this month is going to be another learning experience is what it feels like, but at least they are guaranteeing us some successes, some completion of cycles, some moments of peace. So there's that. So that's, I mean, this is how you got to live life, right? You got to target those beautiful moments, but when you're in something that isn't a beautiful moment, you just write it out and you know eventually you're going to get to the good moment. So, this is everything I have for you guys. If you're interested in seeing the video with the Egyptian god Ra and Norse god Odin, I will have that posted probably the day after this one. So, until next time, see you later. Bye bye.